me rephrase. I can't kill dragons.
But you will.
No, I'm very extra sure that I won't.
It's time. Hiccup.
Hello, everybody. I wasn't planning on doing this today, but I have to get this done, or it's going to drive me insane. So not drive me insane, but you know what I mean. So I've had a pretty busy week going. My anxiety is still, oh my god, my anxiety is really bad. I was doing so well, and I was like, it's just weird. So I've been drained. I'm very tired because I went out yesterday, so I wasn't planning on doing this. And then yesterday afternoon we had a bit of a storm here, and my brother, I'm a severely autistic brother. My brother doesn't cope with the weather that well, and so it's been really busy lately. So I do apologize in advance as well. So videos are still coming out. I'm so sorry for the hold up when it comes to videos due to my anxiety. It's been really bad. But you know what? They say always mental health always comes first, and I'm putting myself first in this situation as well. Anyway, hopefully next week will be a more calmer week. Hopefully. I'm hyping. So because these last couple of weeks have been really, busy, been, not bad, I would say. Just my anxiety just has been a lot recently. I feel like my anxiety is kind of breaking in its weird own way, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. But then Thursday, I had a family come over. Yesterday was actually my grandmother's birthday. So there's been a lot going on as well. So hopefully next week will be more calmer. Let's see how it goes. But anyway, besides that, you're not here to talk about my personal life. So that's just what I've been up to. So anyway, besides all of that, we are going to talk about How to Train Your Dragon the live action. Okay, so I had to rewatch this movie again. I had to force myself to watch it again. And then my mum comes in because she's like, because I said I have to review this movie, or it's going to drive me insane as well. Not drive insane, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean when I say that. But my mom goes, you don't have to watch a movie to make your own opinions, right? And it's like, it depends if I hadn't seen it in a while. So if I see it's like a couple, because unfortunately when I saw this the first time, I was actually really sick still. So I do apologize if this is a little bit later than usual. Then I rewatched the movie again, but then my anxiety mucked up really bad, so I had to deal with that. And then, so it's been a lot. Me covering this, but I'm like, I cannot watch this movie a fourth time, to be honest. Like, I've watched this movie 3 times. And that's for you guys. And I'm like, because for me personally, I don't really like to watch movies that I don't like. And to be honest with you, this is just my personal opinion. I do really like this movie. Like, my mum really enjoyed it. I liked it. Not the greatest movie ever in the world. Like, I've seen better movies as well, being developed as well. So we're going to talk about the movie as well. So this is the live action. And when I heard the announcement, I was like, oh no, are you going to make another live action of How to Train Your Dragon? They're obviously copying Disney because Disney has done that. But the difference is I think Disney has, we'll talk about the feel of the film as well, like how I feel about watching the movie as well. But I think Disney has done it better. Although Wicked from Universal is really good, but it's not up there with Wicked. It's more like down here. It's bad. It's good in some parts, but it's just bad. It's bad overall. Like, I don't really like this movie at all. I'm so sorry. But people are like watching the trailer and saying, "Oh, this is the best video." I'm like, no, it's not. Like, I've seen the trailer. To be honest with you, it's another shot-for-shot remake. Okay. And I'm like, that's so frustrating because you spent all this money on a live action. It's just the same version from the animated movies. So I'm like, well, why redo this movie? Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So the first opening sequence of the movie, okay, I felt like, because they're in the dark, obviously, they're fighting dragons, obviously. We'll talk about the dragon a little bit later on here. So obviously in the movie, okay, so the first scene I could not get past by, okay? It was really bad. Like, I felt like they were on screen or like on set. And you'll see Gerald Butler, who plays Stoic, a little bit more on him later on. He plays Stoic, just bashing these like Christian dinosaurs. That's what I felt like. They felt like a screen. The whole thing felt like screen, and it's weird that first shot feels like screen, but the others don't. Although the sequence when Astrid and Hiccup are flying, that felt a little bit screen too, just a little bit, but it does get better. So if you can pass that scene from the movie, then you're good. So I was just like watching oh my god, I could tell it's screen, like it's in the dark, but you can kind of tell. It just felt a little bit off, so I don't know what was going on there. But if you can get past that scene, then you're good to go. Okay, if you can't get past it, then don't watch it as well. So that was really bad. I'm like, oh my god, because it's a 2 hour movie. I'm like, oh my god, is this gonna get better or worse? I can't tell at this point, but yeah. Anyway, so I had to get past that scene in the first movie. It was only the first scene in the movie. I'm like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. So yeah, but it does get better. I can say that. It does get better, but it's not great. It's not really great in my opinion, but that's just my opinion overall. So let's talk about characters, okay? So Mason Thames, who plays Hiccup in this live action. Now, I was like, because when it comes to Disney live action castings, they don't really do a great job with casting their leads. Like Rachel Zegler as Snow White, big mistake there. Halle Bailey for The Little Mermaid, big mistake. Although this is giving me Little Mermaid vibes, which I also did not like that movie and did not care for that movie as well. Thank goodness I did have to watch that 3 times when reviewing that movie. That would have been a lot, because I'm just like, because to me personally, like I said before, I don't like to watch movies that I don't like, and I had to force myself to watch this because I had to review this movie for you guys. So I'm like, but after this, I'm never watching it again. It's so bad. It's really bad in my opinion, that's all. So back to Mason Thames. So he plays Hiccup in the live action. And at first I was like, oh no, please do not ruin his casting. I was like, okay, he does not look like Hiccup. But my mom said actually, because she saw something I was watching, like, oh, he does look like Hiccup. So I would give them a big thumbs up for that, because they've nailed the casting of Hiccup really, really good. His acting is really good here. But I will say this, the only thing that it's missing is comedic moments, okay? So Hiccup's very nerdy, very miss out of place, doesn't belong anywhere, doesn't fit anywhere, which is a really good message for kids today, because a lot of kids these days do not fit in at all, like, kind of from experience, like I was always a fish out of water basically, so I can understand that, but when it came to his performance, I felt like he was missing the nerdy side of Hiccup, like I was waiting for him to, say something a bit, nerdy-ish. He's not really nerdy-ish. He's like the cool kid. I can't believe they gave that poor actor that hairstyle. I'm like, excuse me, get rid of the hairstyle. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in live action, to be honest with you. As well, we'll talk about the design. We'll talk about the designs in the movie, the costumes later on. But it was just so, it was good, but like, Hiccup's not supposed to be like that. He's supposed to be like very awkward, nerdy from the anime movie. So to be honest, I prefer Jay Butcherus, the original, the original person who did the voice of Hiccup. I prefer his performance over his, but he did a pretty good job. I will say this for the movie as well. Most of the scenes are exactly the same, which drove me crazy watching the movie. I'm like, what's the point of making a live action if you could just watch the anime one? Now, I would say this, I'm not a big fan of the How to Train Your Dragon movie, although I do love the sequel, and I watched it a while ago when I was still sick. I'm like, I love the sequel so much. The third one, it was okay. It was a bit disappointing, how they left things, but it's not, I'm not a big fan, but if you are a big fan, you'll probably like this more than I do, to be honest. So every scene is exactly the same. Like, they've done a little bit, they've done some, like, in the arena scene with the Monsters Nightmare and Toothless, they changed a couple of themes here and there, but it's not, like, big changes, you see. And I'm not sure if people see, for me personally, I love a little bit of twist, I love a little bit of change in the storyline, because it gives something new and interesting. This, to me, does not seem interesting. Like, sure, you might change a couple of things here and there, but it's not like anything big or, you know, fabulous, to be honest with you. And I think this is the same with Snow White, because I know they changed a lot for that movie, but they kept something the same. So I'm curious to hear what you think about it. Do you prefer everything being changed for live actions, or do you just like them, you know, sticking to one note? I wish they would do this from the book, from the actual anime movie, because it just seems like a ripped off copy from the first original anime movie, to be honest. So that's how I personally feel about that as well. And every quote from the movie, let me tell you, every quote from the movie sounds exactly the same from the original. So if I was the creators, I would not do that. I would not do that, because it just, you know, if you make a movie, it's supposed to be different and new. I don't see anything different and new about this as well. I mean, you might, but I don't. I really don't. So they faltered kind of there. But every line they don't quote is exactly the same, which drove me crazy too. I'm like, why is everything the same? Like, I would like a little bit of change, please. So I kind of like a little bit of twist to the story, or a big change. It didn't have it for me here, I'm sorry to say, as well. So that's how I personally feel about it as well. So yeah, Nico Parker, okay? So she's a nepotism baby. We have another nepotism baby on our hands here. And she's the daughter of Fairway Newton, okay? So I saw Fairway Newton in Wednesday season 2. I wasn't going to watch it, but my mum was like, oh, do you want to watch Wednesday? I'm like, no. And I decided to watch it. I'm not watching season 3, okay? I'm not watching season 3. My mum can watch that by herself. But I said to my mum, I'm not watching Wednesday season 3. You're watching that by yourself, because I'm not watching it. I have no interest in the show. I mean, it's not bad. This is not really my thing, to be honest with you. So, yeah. So, hey, you can watch it by yourself. I don't care. As well. So, yeah. So, she was in that show, Fairway Noon. That's why I bought Wednesday up as well. So, yeah. So, it was, her appearance was very short, but she did a good job, I guess. Now, daughter, because Fairway Noon's daughter is Nico Parker here. How do I feel about the race-bending Astrid? Now, it's the same thing that they did in live actions. They always have to race-bend the females, which is kind of like, excuse me, you can race-bend the male character as well, but it's always the female as well. I don't get the choice there as well, because I'm sure there's beautiful black males you can race-bend too, so it depends. There's a little bit of controversy with her casting. I've heard that. Not a lot on it, to be honest with you, but she did a pretty good job for what it was, but it's like the same thing with the Halle Bailey situation, the Rachel Zegler situation. We're getting the same thing here. So, yeah, a first 10 performance is a bit stilted. I think these newcomer actors, depending on what their acting skills are, like the scene where I watched this for a third time, okay, so I know a bit more than what it was. So, yeah, when she was talking to Hiccup, I felt like both of them felt a little bit stilted, you know, just not like connecting as characters, to be honest. And Nico Parker was very stilted in her performance here than Mason Thames was with Hiccup, to be honest. And she was a lot better when the movie progressed. But was that acting choice? Was that her choice? Like, it was a very weird choice, because, you know, she's Astrid, and and to be honest with you, I think America Vera did a great job with Astrid, to be honest with you, because she was like very aggressive. Astrid's a very badass, aggressive character. She kind of, you know, if you see the Dragons Race the Edge, which I did watch some episodes too as well, because I was bored, my niece something to watch. So I watched some of the Race the Edge episodes. You can see she's very feisty, aggressive. I wish Nico Parker would have brought that more to her performance with Astrid, to be honest with you. I do like the line when she said, that she, wanted Hiccup's house and became chief. I'm like, whoa, you're not born into royalty, okay? That's not how it works. Or like chiefness, or like the son of the chief. That's not how it works. I just hated that line. It felt very feminist to me as well, because I was like, whoa, calm down, pull your brakes. So yeah, so I didn't like how, that line was said in the movie. But she did a pretty okay job, to be honest with you. It was just okay. It was okay. Not the greatest. Like, her acting is okay. Not great, but it's okay for what it was. So I think that's really good. Okay, let's talk about Gerald Butler. Okay, so this is interesting. So Gerald Butler's probably the outstanding one out of this movie, to be honest with you, than the newcomers as well. He plays Stoic. He originated the role in the anime movie as well. Now, I don't know why Gerald Butler signed up for this role, to be honest with you, because he's exactly the same. Now, this is what I talk about. This is exactly the same from the animated movie, which I hate, because I'm like, you can change things up a little bit like they did with the Disney live-action movies as well, or what they did to Wicked as well. Like, you change things up a bit, and I wish they would have followed. I wish they would have done that a little bit more here. So Gerald Butler, even though he was outstanding in the movie, his role is exactly the same from the original. So I would not watch this because it's exactly the same. So go watch the animated one. Go watch the animated one. It's much better than this one, to be honest. So yeah, so I don't know why he signed up for this role, to be honest with you, because Gerald Butler's because Gerald Butler is an A-list star. He's a celebrity, and I don't know why he would sign up for this. Usually an actor with so much caliber would not sign up for a movie like this, to be honest with you. There are better, greater actors out there as well who could do this, who aren't A-list actors, and he's up there. He's in a couple of movies back in the day, hasn't he? Yeah. So I don't know why he took this gig. I'm like, are you okay, Gerald Butler? Like, why take this role? So I understand it's a standard role, to be honest with you. It's like James Earl Jones. Yes, James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones did Darth Vader and Mufasa. And I think the difference there is that, you can't replace James Earl Jones playing Mufasa. He's iconic. That's why I think they got him for the live-action Lion King, because he's just so iconic as Mufasa as well. So, but here, I think you can replace Gerald Butler like that. Like, you can get another actor to fill the shoes of Stoic. So his role was exactly the same. So, yeah, as well. So I would have gone someone else. He's up there with Harrison Ford and James Earl Jones, but like I said, an A-list actor from that caliber, like I said before, would not do a movie like this. So it's weird. I'm like, are you okay, Gerald Butler? Like, why sign on to this movie? You are an A-list star. So what? But anyway, I think his role was good, even though it's exactly the same. This movie is exactly the same from the original. So do not watch this. Go watch the original as well. It's much better, like I said, as well. So yeah, so also, we've got Nick Frost, who plays Gobber. I've seen her around. I saw her in a movie one time. What movie was it? Yeah, he's been acting a bit as well. I liked how, because there's a scene in the movie, right, where he's talking to Hiccup, taking it back to his house, and I felt like Gobber was more like a father figure to Hiccup this time around, which was a nice change and a bit sweet. That's the changes I want, not like the movie being like plain all through the movie, to be honest. So yeah, so he did a good job. I felt bad for the actor because he had like one peg leg and one hammer arm as well. I'm like, oh my god, this poor actor has to have one leg and one arm. That's ridiculous. I mean, you could have changed that, to be honest. He just felt like a walking marshmallow, to be honest. Oh my god. A walking marshmallow, that's a new one. But he felt like that in the movie, and I wish, so what I said was like, maybe we should not do that, because it just makes him, this movie, to be honest with you, feels very cartoonish. I saw the costume, like, oh my god, those are the worst costumes ever. I know they're Vikings, but I mean, you can do so much better than that as Vikings. I kind of miss Ash's shoulder pads from the movie. Like, she had like shoulder pads, metal shoulder pads, she had skulls on her skirt. I wish there was more attention to detail when it came to the costume designs as well, not just like fabric stuff, as well. They're Vikings. At least they got that Viking helmet, some of them, but I would have liked that more to be, I wish they had more like armor suit, not like stuff like that as well. So that was pretty disappointing as well. But yeah, but yeah. So I felt like that they could have gone more armor in the costumes as well. So yeah, so let's talk about the others, Tough Nut and Rough Nut. Okay, so those are the twins. To be honest with you, like Tough Nut, Rough Nut, and Fish Legs and Snotlout were all Fish Legs are pretty good. I mean, the actor who played him, I've seen a couple of his. He was in the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, and he was in Deadpool 2 with Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I've seen him act. He's pretty good, so I'm glad he's getting more work. But as for like the other characters, they're not really great here, to be honest with you. Besides Fish Legs, I think he did a good job. But speaking of body positivity, okay, so they've changed Rough Nut to be, because I'm like, okay, so this is so weird. So the authenticity is casting is very, very weird. Like they have because you wouldn't think Vikings are, versatile. You know what I mean? Like different colors and stuff. But like, what the heck are these tribes? Like there's a witch in the movie, and that's obviously supposed to be from the original, but I didn't get that. I'm like, what is this witch doing in a Viking story? Like, what? It's crazy. So there's like different tribes. I don't really like that because Vikings back in the day, were all white. So there was no except I guess you could say Cleopatra, but there's not a lot of black Vikings back in the day. So yeah, so it's weird that they made that choice. I'm like, why are these Vikings all from different tribes? It was so confusing. Like, just make them one whole tribe. Just make them burn from the original. So I would have liked that a little bit more. As well, I didn't quite understand why. I think they put too much authenticity into the movie, to be honest with you, with all this. Oh, look, you got this. You representing this person. And I'm like, I don't understand that. As well, so that's also very interesting as well. But yeah, but back to Rough Nut. They don't seem like twins here. They're supposed to be identical twins. How can you not mess it up? And I'm like, okay. And they say the line that the mother can't tell apart. Like, yes, you can. You're bigger than your brother is. And like, oh my god, this is the worst casting ever. To be honest with you, I wish they would have gotten identical, people. I'm sure there's identical actors out there who could have easily done the job, but they didn't go in that route. So like, what's the point? And I hated that they changed their hair to orange. Like, make them blonde from the original. So I think they've kind of missed the point there as well. So I didn't really like the casting of like all the other Vikings and the supporting characters as well. To be honest with you, it just felt a bit, like it's not Viking. Viking. So yeah, that was also disappointing as well. As for so the movie, like I said, is a bit more cartoonish than the Disney live actions. Because when you look at the Disney live actions, they're sort of like, they're sort of like, lost my train of thought. They're sort of like more like fantasy, fairy tale, more clean and fresh. This just seems like garbage, to be honest with you. Like, it feels very cartoonish. I saw a clip of the movie, and let me tell you, it felt really cartoonish as well. I'm not sure that was the direction that they were going with, but it felt very cartoonish to me as well. So yeah, so let's talk about the dragons, shall we? Okay, so the dragons. Okay, so Toothless, I gotta say, they did a really good job on Toothless, but he feels like more like a bat. I know that's the whole idea of Toothless, but his eyes are very bright green, which remind me of Maleficent. I'm like, I wouldn't go that route, because his eyes are not that green in the original anime movie. They're more like a light green color, so I'm not sure why they made that choice there. But out of all the dragons, he seems more like a dragon to me than the others. I was getting like dinosaurs. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, you can't mix dragons with dinosaurs as well. And speaking of Jurassic World Rebirth, that movie just came out. And I was saying to myself, how are they going to coexist together, obviously? Because dragons are different to dinosaurs, okay? And I felt like Stormfly felt like a dinosaur. The Zipperback felt like more like a dinosaur. The Monstrous Nightmare felt really dinosaurs. And I wish they wouldn't have gone in that direction, to be honest with you, because it just feels like, very like, not like dragons and more like dinosaurs. And I'm like, okay. I was going to say, maybe they could have pushed this back a little bit, because I'm like, why release these two movies that have very similar vibes that have to do with dragons and dinosaurs? It just seems very off to me. I'm like, can we push this back to another year or so? I would have done that, because, having these movies, I think this came out in July, and then Jurassic World Rebirth came out. So I'm like, why put these movies head to head to each other? So I felt like all the dragons felt like more like dinosaurs, and it was just weird. It was a weird thing, because even like they changed some of the designs on the Monstrous Nightmare, felt more like dinosaur-like than dragon-like, to be honest. And also Stormfly felt more like dinosaur than dragon, to be honest with you. This is not how to train your dinosaurs, it's how to train dragons. So I'm like, I don't get that choice, but oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, but also, even though the movie is overall a bit of a miss and a bit of a hit and a miss, there are some sweet moments, like with Stoic and Hiccup. particularly. I felt like the argument scene that they have later on in the movie was not emotional, impactful. Like, I didn't get really emotional from that. But I liked how he said, "We took thousands of them!" So I thought that was a really good act on his part. But it didn't feel really emotional to me, like the emotional impact. Like, that's a very emotional scene from the movie. And I felt like in the movie overall, I felt like the Stoke didn't care about his son, which is weird because he didn't feel like that in the anime movie. So why make that choice here as well? So that was also very weird. I'm like, okay, you hate your son for some reason. So yeah, so I felt a bit bad for Hiccup because everybody just hated him, and that's not what the anime movie had. It was more different as well. He was just a weird kid. Let's just say that he's just a weird kid as well, but. I didn't feel very emotional or the emotional impact from that scene as well as I didn't feel like the emotional impact was in that scene in particular, even though it is an emotional movie. And in the anime movie, Stoic walks out and he's like, he takes him in. I'm like, oh my god, I just told my son that I did not like him. So that was very impactful in the anime movie, but not so much here, which is also an interesting choice as well. Also, in the scene where he gets his, leg when he loses his foot, obviously, because that's from the anime movie, was very impactful, more in live action than the anime one, to be honest with you. That's the only scene, because I felt like if people lost a limb and stuff like that, or disability, speaking of which, I think people would really enjoy that scene, and it was very hard for him, and it was like, oh my god, I don't have a leg, like I got a metal leg, so I thought that was very impactful, but that was like the only one scene in the movie that was impactful, so that was also very interesting as well. But overall, would I say I like this movie? Yeah. Did I say I would enjoy it? No, not really. Would I watch it again? Nope, I watched it 3 times, I'm not watching it again, like what? No. I heard that they were making a sequel and it's coming out next year, I believe. Like, they announced a sequel before the actual movie came out, which is also a weird choice as well, because usually a movie would hit and then they would do a sequel, not announce a sequel, then the movie would hit as well. So that's also very weird and interesting and obscure as well. But yeah, but they are doing a live action. As well. I think please do not ruin the sequel. Please do not ruin the sequel. Make some more changes, I would say to that. Make some more changes, to the story as well, because you don't want a blank copy of the sequel as well, and I love the sequel so much. Someone said they should get Cate Blanchett to play, Hiccup Swan. That would be a really good idea, because you voiced her in the sequel. And I gotta tell you, I'm not sure if Cate Blanchett would do it, because like I said, with Gerald Butler, he's an A-list star, and also she's also an A-list star, so I'm not sure if Cate Blanchett would do it. But maybe if they could, bribe her, I guess that could happen, but we'll see what happens. But if they get Cate Blanchett, then I'm all in, to be honest with you. So we'll see how this goes. So yeah, so we'll see how the sequel goes. But yeah, but those are my thoughts on How to Train Your Dragon, a live action movie. What do you think? As always, guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe to Miller's Mixed Media, guys.
We think they are.
In case you forgot, our parents' war is about to become ours. Figure out which side you're on.
No, I left.
Wow, you lost everything. Your father, your tribe, your best friend. What are you gonna do about it?
Probably something stupid.
Well, you've already done that.
And something crazy.